Hello everyone, my name is Ngoc My and I am third year student in University of Economics in Ho Chi Minh City. My major is finance. So like many of you, I have always believed in the power of giving. Charity is meant to be an act of kindness, an act of humanity. But today we must ask ourselves, is our charity truly making a difference, or are we just following the norm that needs to be broken? And let me start with a quote from Muy Passiones, the foundation of microfinance. The charity only perpetuates poverty by taking the initiative away from the poor. That's a bold statement, isn't it? But let's think again. How often do we see the charity only provide the temporary relief instead of creating a real and lasting change? A lot, right? And it's due to some reason here. We also need that is performative charity, that where the donations are made to for the sake of social media intentions. And companies, influencers engaging in philanthropy, not for impact, but for PR. But the problem doesn't stop there. Even with genuine intentions, many companies and charities fall into the trap of short-term impact. They donate money, food, and clothing. But what happened next? Do we ensure that the money is being used effectively, or do we check if the recipients can sustain them in the long run? Too often we don't. And as a student who majoring in finance, I understand how crucial transparency is when managing funds. The misallocation of charity funds is a real issue. We've seen many cases where donations don't reach to the right people who need them the most, but instead it disappears into administrative fees or worse, personal pockets. And now that we know some problems, let's take example of Miss Cosmo Vietnam 2024, Bùi Thị Xuân Hạnh. Instead of donating the money to the poor, she provided them with the bánh mì cards, a tool for self-sufficiency. And that's not just charity, that's a real transformation, right? And another example that comes from my own experience with the Nuôi Em project. We didn't just send the money, we ensured that the children in the remote area can access to education, which is a tool to change their future. And I also work on a volunteer project which can teach people how to dispose of and separate the waste. It might not seem like a charity in traditional sense, but I believe that it can empower individuals with education, and that is an investment sustainability rather than just one-time solution. And now that we know some problems and example, what can we do? How do we as donors and volunteers can ensure that our effort leads to real impact? The first one, let's support some organization that can teach people skill about some employment opportunities, because that's not just surviving today, that's about securing a stable future. And the more knowledge and skill they gain, the more choices they have in their life can help them to break the cycle of poverty that permanently. And as donors, we should also support some organizations that have a clear accountability where can have the money being used effectively. For example, about the Vietnam Fatherland Front, one publicly disclosed about the name and amount of money they received, allowing the people to know where the money were going and be more trust in that organizations. And number three, if the company want to contribute, let's challenge them go beyond the PR campaign by making a real change. For example, about funding scholarship or vocational training, right? So after that, I want to give you the final thought. Hello Kind once said, alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much. And that's true. Together, it's time to break the norm, to rethink about the charity, and to transform from the short-term impact to the long-term empowerment, because in the end, true charity is not giving away the fish, it means teaching people how to fish, and maybe, just maybe, helping them to build their own boat. And again, I'm Ngoc My and hope to see you in the next round. Goodbye!